What's up, y'all? It's Sunday afternoon after we just got back in from iCast, and just gonna let y'all hang out in the shop with me for a little while. I really haven't done anything much all day today. iCast, we just got back from iCast. For you people, guys out there who don't know, iCast is sort of like our industry trading show. Talking about what's iCast? Is he going to go fishing? Is he going to go to the bank? What does that mean? iCast is a show where it's basically our industry trade show where we come and show everything that the companies that I work for have new for this year. It's the biggest deal that we have in bass fishing for showing what's going to be new for the coming years and projects that we've been working on. So it's a cool deal. You get to kind of hang out with some of the buddies you haven't seen in a long time. Favorite knuckleheads on my team here.
Me?
Right here, we got Mark, and we got
me.
Cajun
Hey.
Baby. We got Cajun. Give us something smart to say, Cajun Baby.
Something smart. We on the backside of the fishing game. We'd rather be fishing, but we gotta be here.
We're here working, but it's fun. We don't get to see and actually talk to each other very much. But so I haven't really been fishing a whole lot lately. I'm just doing this with my cell phone. So now, if you're looking for a fancy video, this is not gonna be the one. At that Oneida event, the Bass Open Oneida event, and that's a fan. I hope you guys can hear me. This is my fancy way of drying my boat out when it's wet, but see what condition my boat is in. I guess that's one thing we can do. We can go through a tour of my boat. You can see everything that's in my boat. It's a wreck. I am not an organized. You know how you got those organized fishermen? They have everything. They got the drop shot hooks over here. Got the Texas rig stuff in here. They got that and that. Look at this boat. Jacked up. Tow back. She tow back. I've never really been that kind of organized fisherman that a lot of guys are. But yeah, we can kind of go through and look at some of the stuff I got in here. Here's all my Ned rig stuff. All my favorite colors. I use that stuff probably more than people really think. All my Ned rig stuff, because it kind of tells me where fish are and where they aren't. If you're not getting bid on Ned rig stuff, there's no fish there. Occasionally I still have to buy. You guys know I'm sponsored by Z-Man, but occasionally I'll have to buy some other stuff. My jig heads. That's just an assorted bag of Z-Man plastics. Some fatties. There's another Ned rig box. This is kind of like where my jig heads for my Ned rig. Stuff starts off neat, right? And then what happens is, you get in a tournament and oh, you can't find that one soft plastic. Or you can't find that one jig head that you know you put in your boat. So you start tossing everything around, tossing it around, and then a couple hours later it looks like this. You know, you got everything in here. I got rods in my rod box with no rod socks on them. Got a jerk bait box. It's sort of like a miscellaneous top order box actually. Got some stutter steps in there. A couple spin baits, a Seville Magic Swimmer. All kind of goodies in there. A couple pop R's. Go over here. The trap box. Z-Man plastics. You know what that means. That means you blew up a reel right there. Find out with Tatsu. There's a half a pant leg. Well, we gotta get all that straightened out for this week. Like on Bassmasters, like on Bassmasters.com, they like tour my boat. If they toured my boat, it would be a train wreck. I mean, my boat is a train wreck. Here's my Z-Man wall. I got all types of stuff in here. That's about as organized as B.Lat gets. He doesn't really get that. I just don't. I try to be organized, but I don't know how guys stay organized and fish too. I can't hardly, it doesn't work that well with me. I got 2 guide trips. Actually, I had 3 guide trips. No, I have 4 trips this week. So this is my aluminum boat. Got my Johnson 70 horse here. And everybody asks a lot of questions about it. I haven't got to use it this year at all, hardly. It's just a boat that I found and I made it suit my needs. You see, it's a Ranger. It's not a Ranger, it's a Fisher Marine, but got me a hydraulic jack plate on there. It's not a tunnel hole, it's just a straight up flat bottom. And I haven't got to use it, so it's sort of like a storage unit So when I take stuff out for my tournaments, I kind of throw it in this boat, and then when I need it, I take it back, put it in there. But we've got to get it ready. Got to get it ready because it's definitely time to be doing some river fishing, and I just hadn't had time. You see my big old pink kayak back there, right there? It's my pink kayak. There's my kayak. Don't ask me. I bought a pink kayak because that was the only one on sale. I went to Dick's. I needed a kayak. It was like $180, so I ended up with a pink kayak. So we'll use that sooner or later, but not right now. A lot of times while I'm out here in the shop fooling around, I listen to music. So just hook up my laptop out here. That's a Robert Glasper. I don't know if you guys probably, if you're watching me, you probably don't know Robert Glasper. Probably one of the only fishermen out there listening to him. But I was a musician, and I'm into all types of music that artists that you probably haven't heard of. The mainstream stuff's not really that interesting to me. So Glasper, check him out. I just asked you guys, you know, what would be a good video to do this week for my next YouTube channel. Like my neighbor's shooting. You hear gunshots, it's just my neighbor Antonio shooting. Who knows what he's shooting at? A rabbit, could be a bear, Sasquatch, I don't know. He'll shoot anything. We're totally safe in my neighborhood. But I asked you guys on my Facebook and Instagram, what should I do for the next video? Because, you know, I can get into what I want to tell you, but I want to know what you guys want to know, what you're thinking about, what you got trouble with out there in the water. That was the whole reason for me starting this YouTube. And I got a lot of hits and a lot of questions about electronics, fishing electronics. So we'll do the next YouTube on fishing electronics for sure. You know, how to find fish with electronics, how to use your electronics. And quite honestly, answer to that is really easy. Seek time. Spending time with your electronics. I think a lot of guys overthink the electronics game. It does play a part in fishing, for sure. It always is. And we'll talk a little bit about it right now. I'm letting my electronics load up. Run Lowrance units, and if you notice, I only have one grab on my console. Can you be a professional fisherman with one grab? You learned one thing right there. I'm not even gonna charge you for that. We'll get into all of that this week. Let's just give you a sneak peek. This is just to hang out with me in the shop. So I love this part. This is a part not many people talk about in the fishing game, is literally just sitting out here rigging your tackle, going through your boat. I love doing this crap. Fortunately, I'm lucky enough to have a space where I can put everything now. For so long, I didn't have a shop or anything. I just had like a shed where I kept my boat, like an aluminum awning that I kept my boat under. And I actually built this shop last year. I built this shop, and I did every last bit of it. That and some help with some of the guys that work with me. We built it. When we built the house, when we built this house, I didn't have the money to have a detached garage, and I actually used YouTube to figure out, you know, what size building I needed and how to build a building. I've never done any construction project at all before, so I was like, you know, I think I can build. I think I can build my own garage. So I did some digging, did a lot of research on pole barns, and this is actually a pole barn that I built. This is my own boat shed. It's 24 by 36. It took me about probably a little over a year to finish it. Everything by myself. I had some of the equipment to do it with. Since I'm a landscaper, I could do all the grading and stuff like that. So I did the grading and all like the first month, and then I started. I didn't buy concrete. That was the last thing I did. Then I put up all the framing. Stayed in framing probably 3 or 4 months. So now I got a place where I can keep all my stuff locked up and safe. Don't have to worry about it getting wet. I have a place I can kind of come out here and get my mind together. Having tournaments. When it's cold, kind of crank up the heat. When it's hot, I'm pretty much stuck. It's just hot. Cool to have that now. Even if it is just coming out here putting line on the rod. This is a reel that I blew up fishing. I say blew up, I threw out and got like one of those really bad backlashes. And that used to be a big deal, but it's not as big of a deal as it used to be. Now I got a surplus. I just get a lot of questions about sponsors and stuff. You know, I don't really know what you need to do about sponsors. I really like talking about it a whole lot, especially to younger kids, because I mean, it's important, you gotta have it. But what's most important, especially for kids, high school and so forth, I really hate to hear that from high school kids, is really what's most important is what you got right here in your heart for fishing. I would fish regardless. It didn't matter if I had a bass boat or if I had a sponsor. I had one sponsor or 50 sponsors. If I made $100,000 a year fishing, or if I didn't make any, if I lost $20,000 a year fishing. Appreciate everybody that came out this week and came to iCast, stopped by the booth and talked to me. I met a lot of you guys that I never met before. A lot of you guys, my social media followers, and I appreciate you following my social media and watching my videos and encouraging and keeping up with my tournament stats. All of that stuff, man, I don't take it for granted because I'm really nobody to just watch. So I appreciate you guys taking the time to do all of that and watch and follow and so forth, and shoot me a message, commenting on my videos, commenting on my social media posts. That means a lot to me, so I appreciate you guys doing that. I don't take it lightly at all.
One of the best drop baits ever made. Called the trick shots.
It's the FLW boat. We see that pretty often.